The Kybalion, for the Kid Within Us. A note to the reader. This book is inspired by the Kybalion, a mystical work first published in 1908 and attributed to the three initiates. Its teachings are rooted in Hermetic philosophy, ancient truths passed down through generations in whispers, symbols, and light. This version, however, is not a translation. It is a reinterpretation, a reimagining, a love letter from one soul to another, written for the kid within us, the seeker, the skeptic, the soft-hearted mystic waking up to deeper truths. These chapters were born not to replace the Kybalion, but to hold its essence in simpler hands, to teach the ancient without the heavy cloak, to sing the sacred in a voice you can recognize as your own. May these pages meet you where you are and remind you that you've always known the way. With reverence and fire, Maria. Chapter 1. The All is Mind. Once upon a forever ago, before there were trees, stars, or songs, there was something big and quiet and full of dreams. It had no body, no voice, no name, just awareness, a soft hum of knowing, a light that didn't need a sun. We call it the All because it imagined everything into being. It thought the world into motion. It dreamed of oceans and elephants, fireflies and freckles, and it dreamed of you. You were a thought first, before your heartbeat, before your first word. You were an idea in the mind of the universe. You are not an accident. You are a whispered wish that became real. You are a thought that learned to dance. The Kybalion tells us the all is mind, the universe is mental. That means everything around you, the sky, the laughter, the feelings, the dirt, started in the invisible world of thought. Thought is like the wind. You can't see it, but it moves things. Thought is like a seed. It starts tiny, but grows something huge. Thought is like magic. It becomes what you believe. Your mind is a garden. If you plant kindness, you grow connection. If you plant fear, you grow distance. If you plant truth, you grow light. You don't have to believe every thought that pops in, but you get to choose which ones you water. You are both the gardener and the garden. The soil always listens. Your mind is a mini version of the great mind. You imagine, you create, you shape. You don't need to get it perfect. You just need to remember. Your thoughts matter. Your words are spells. You are sculpting your story with the way you see. Even when it's cloudy, even when you're scared, the all is still thinking through you. Here's an affirmation. I am a dream from the great mind. My thoughts are seeds. I choose what to grow. Chapter 2. As above, so below. What happens up high happens down low. What's outside is also inside. Once upon a breath, the stars whispered to the trees, and the trees whispered to the roots, and the roots whispered back to the stars. They all knew a secret. Everything is connected. What grows in the sky reflects what grows in you. What you see in nature echoes what's moving in your spirit. This teaching is old, older than the moon. The Kybalion says, as above, so below. As below, so above. It means the big and the small, the loud and the quiet, The heavens and your heart are made up of the same stuff. You are not separate from the stars. You are their reflection. The same patterns that swirl galaxies also swirl your emotions. The same way the moon moves oceans, it tugs at your feelings too. Have you ever cried on a full moon? Have you ever bloomed in spring? That's not a coincidence. That's the universe speaking through you. The sun rises in your chest each morning. The tides shift when you choose kindness. You are a storm. You are a sunrise. You are a soft breeze. You are the earth. When the world looks messy, sometimes it's a signal to clean your inner space. When the garden feels dry, sometimes it's time to water your thoughts. When your room feels heavy, maybe your mind needs fresh air too. You are a little world inside the big world. What you do within shifts what you see without. You can look at the stars and feel your spirit expand. You can clean your space and clear your head. You can send love to someone far away and they might feel it. You can forgive a memory and your body might heal. Everything affects everything. That's not a burden. That's power. Here's an affirmation. I am connected to everything. What I do within reflects the world I live in. I honor the rhythm between, above, and below. Chapter 3. Everything vibrates. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything dances. If you were very, very still and you listened with your whole body, you'd feel it. The hum beneath everything, the quiet thrum inside a rock, the soft buzzing in a tree, the tiny wiggle in your fingertips. Even things that look still, like mountains or spoons, are really just moving very, very slowly. Every single thing is made of tiny bits dancing, even you. The Kybalion says, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. That means all things are always in motion, even thoughts, even emotions, even time. Everything is moving all the time. Some things just move so fast or so slow that we can't always see it. Have you ever noticed how joy feels like a jump? Like bubbles in your belly or sunlight in your skin? Have you felt how sadness feels slow, like a puddle in your chest? Emotions have vibrations too. You can't see them, but you can feel the waves they make. That's why music makes us move, why certain people light us up, why some places feel warm and others heavy. You don't just feel vibrations, you send them out too. Every thought, word, and choice sends out a wave. That's why your energy matters. That's why your presence is powerful. You are always tuning to music, to people, to moods, to nature. You can tune into fear, or you can gently tune into peace. You can match someone's storm, or you can become the calm. You get to choose the station. You are not stuck, even when you feel frozen. You are still vibrating, still alive, still becoming. If you want to shift your life, shift your energy. Take a breath, sing, stretch, dance, forgive. Those are all ways to change your frequency. Even a tiny wiggle can become a wave. Here is an affirmation. I am energy in motion. My feelings are waves. I choose the frequencies I swim in. Chapter 4. Everything has its opposite. Hot and cold are part of the same thing. So are joy and sorrow, light and dark, you and me. There once was a line that stretched across the sky. At one end lived fire, at the other end, ice. But the line was still one line. They were not enemies. They were parts of the same truth, just at different places on the spectrum. This is the secret of polarity. Everything has two sides, and they're more connected than they seem. The Kybalion says, everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. That means happiness and sadness, hope and fear, confidence and doubt. They're not different things. They're just different temperatures of the same emotional energy. You can shift from one to the other by learning how to slide along the scale. You are not only brave or scared, you are both. You're not only kind or angry, you are all of it, just in different moments, at different settings. Life isn't made of labels, it's made of movement. If you can be sad, you can move toward peace. If you can be angry, you can move toward clarity. If you've been lost, you can begin to find your way because the opposite already lives inside you. Just like a seed holds the shape of a tree, every emotion holds its opposite, waiting to be chosen. Imagine your feelings like a river. Sometimes you drift toward darkness, but that's not where the river ends. You can paddle toward the light with your thoughts, your actions, your breath. You are not stuck in one feeling forever. You are a traveler of the current. Here's an affirmation. Every feeling lives on a scale. I can shift. I can flow. I hold both shadow and light. I choose where to go. Chapter 5. Everything moves in rhythms. There is a tide to everything, a swing, a pulse, a wave. Life moves like a dance. The wind doesn't blow forever. The rain doesn't fall forever. Your tears won't last forever either. Everything comes and then it goes. It rises and then it falls. This is the rhythm of all things, like a heartbeat, like a breath, like the ocean, always swaying between shore and sea. The Kybalion says, everything flows out and in, everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. This means that nothing stays the same. Everything moves in cycles, moods, seasons, energy, emotions, even silence. Sometimes you feel on top of the world. Other times you just want to hide under a blanket. That's okay. Just like the moon grows full and then rests in shadow, you do too. Your feelings have a rhythm. Your energy has a rhythm. Your healing has a rhythm. Even when you feel still, you are moving. When you're in a low place, it doesn't mean something's wrong. It means you're at the bottom of a swing, and the upswing is already forming. If you can trust the pattern, you won't fear the pause. You'll know it's just part of the music. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to move with them. On high energy days, create and celebrate. On quiet days, listen and restore. Neither is better. Both are sacred. When you stop fighting the rhythm, you start feeling the peace. Here is an affirmation. I trust the rhythm of life. I do not rush the tides or fear the quiet. I rise and fall with grace. Chapter 6. Every cause has an effect. What you send out comes back. Every action is a ripple. Every moment is connected. Imagine throwing a stone into a still lake. What happens? Ripples. But you can't always see where they go. But the water remembers. It moves. It shifts. It speaks in waves. That's how cause and effect works. Everything you do, everything you say, everything you think creates ripples in the fabric of life. The Kybalion says, every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Nothing just happens out of nowhere. Every moment is connected to a choice, a word, a thought, a feeling, an action, big or small. Even the quiet choices count, even the invisible ones. Have you ever smiled at someone and watched them light up? Have you ever been grumpy and felt the room get heavy? That's cause and effect. You are a source. You send out energy all the time. And the universe, like water, responds. Sometimes things show up in your life that are effects of choices you made long ago. Maybe a door opens because of the kindness you shared last season. Maybe a challenge returns because it's asking to be seen again. You are both the one casting ripples and the one standing in their echo. You're not being punished. You're being reminded you are that powerful. You are not random. You are creative energy in motion. You don't have to control everything, but you can be intentional. You can choose your tone. You can bless your words. You can pause and listen before you splash the next stone into the lake. Here's an affirmation. My choices ripple through life. I move with care. I create with heart. What I send out returns to me in truth. Chapter 7. There is masculine and feminine in all things. Everything creates through a balance of energies, like sun and moon, doing and being, giving and receiving. You are not just one thing, you are many things, and inside you lives a beautiful balance, a dance of two sacred forces, masculine and feminine. Not about man or woman, but about energy. The doing and the dreaming, the push and the pause, the fire and the flow. They live inside everything. The Kybalion says, gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. This means every seed has its spark, and every spark needs a space to grow. Creation needs both. Balance needs both. You hold both. Masculine energy is structure, focus, direction. It's the part of you that gets up, gets it done, protects and leads. Feminine energy is receptivity, intuition, flow. It's the part that feels, listens, nurtures, and creates space for magic. You are allowed to rest and rise, to lead and soften, to know and wonder. The sacred is not either or, it is yes and. Every time you think an idea, masculine, and then nurture it into form, feminine, you are practicing divine creation. Every song, every garden, every poem, every child is born through the dance of these two forces. You are both the writer and the silence, the seed and the soil. And when you honor both sides of yourself, you move in wholeness. No matter your body, your story, or your path, you carry the strength of the sun and the wisdom of the moon. When you feel unbalanced, it might just mean one side is calling for your attention. Breathe into that space. Welcome it back. Let them walk together again. Here's an affirmation. I hold both fire and water. I lead with purpose and feel with grace. Creation flows through my inner harmony. The end. Your own utopia, or you, was born from the belief that wisdom, healing, and creativity are birthrights, not luxuries. While we are not yet a nonprofit, our mission is deeply rooted in service. Through inspiring books, heartfelt audio messages, handcrafted gifts, and spiritual teachings, we seek to provide soul nourishment to those who may need it the most: children in orphanages, struggling families, individuals navigating mental health challenges, anyone searching for peace, purpose, or a reminder of their true self. We believe everyone deserves access to wisdom that uplifts and empowers. We believe healing happens in small, meaningful moments through memories, story, music, touch, and truth. We believe the child within each of us deserves to be held, seen, and nurtured with love. You is more than just a name. It's a reminder. Your own utopia starts within, and you are worthy of creating it. With open hearts and open hands, we plant these seeds for whoever is ready to receive them. With love from all of us at you.